Good day, big bro. Good day. From my time. Actually, great day. How you doing? I have no idea how to freaking look cameras. I think it's fine. Is that fine? Is that better? I think that's better. Maybe that's better. Okay. Alrighty. Wait, what's the time? Looking good, bro. Hey, thanks, man. It's something. Okay, it's 6:43. I don't know why it's asking my time, but oh, I put a minute late. Damn it. Who cares? Hang on. Okay. Now what? Before we get started, can I say something? Why don't you? Thank you for actually setting the clock both times you booted up the game. Don't take the game seriously. They just lead. Did it? Background noise do be there? Background noise. I have no idea what you mean by that, but okie dokie. Okay, so how did it actually know that I was setting up the time? But you're actually taking time to set the clock. I appreciate that. That's how I know you care about the experience you're paying attention. I don't even have any way of knowing if the times you're setting are correct. Tell you what, I'll make you a deal. Since you have been so cooperative, next time you boot up the game and see this, set the clock to your favorite time. Go ahead, pick whichever time you want, even if it's not the correct time. You earned it. Alright, let me. Yo, okay, that's cool. That's cool. I'll let you get back to the video game. Thank you, man. This is not the first. This is the first time it actually said that. Can I fix the time again? Actually, what is the cause of your whole setup? Let's ask. What kind of? What do you mean by the whole setup? You mean both of the PCs, mic and everything, or about just one PC? I don't want the game to be too loud. Wait, oh, I know what's wrong. Give me a second, chat. My dumb brain couldn't. I knew that I was missing something. It should be better now. The game. Yeah, all of them. All of them. Give me a second here. Let me open my calculator. Woo! You asked me a big question. I'll just put an estimation. I don't know exactly how much is the thing because I don't know the exact numbers. I know the estimation. So give me a second. About 52 about this plus the mic is something about this. What? No. What did it do? Okay, I messed up already. Let me go back and then add another this. Give me a second. 10. Mic was cheap, so just well, it was expensive at that time. Now it's extremely cheap. Both of the monitors cost me about 30. I think it was 32. I just got this for way expensive. Damn it! Damn it. Okay. RAM costed me about 6. Plus another 1. Wow, I had no idea I was doing maths over here. Keyboard was alone 3. Do you want me to add my VR and everything, or just like? By the way, when you see the deluxe, don't enter it until that's DLC that released years after the game originally came out. Alright. I don't think VR and like other stuff count as in the cost? No, your PC mic headphones. Ah, okay. So we are about 3.5 lakhs. That just sounds dumb at this point. But just hear me out. I got the stuff. I got my main PC like 6 years ago. Then I got my second PC about 2 years ago. So they are individual, and I individually paid for them. I didn't spend 3.5 lakh instantly. I spent like roughly 1 lakh, then another 1.5, and then all the stuff costed like about 50,000 to 1 lakh roughly. I spent really after a long time. I don't have that much money. Before you guys just punch me in the face and say that I'm just a clumsy and I spend all the money. No, that's not how it works. Okay, let's begin the game. The truth is, I waited with my main PC, then I bought a new one because my old one was getting really slow and all. But if I add everything, that's going to be a longer time because I exchanged a lot of parts. Like I changed RAMs, I changed SSDs, I changed HDDs. I cannot add those because those are like way different like expenditures. Game audio. Actually, I can't even hear the game audio. Give me a second. I think I reduced the game audio too much. Okay. Okay. Still pretty low. Let's just go. Okay, let's go to 5. Music can be 70. And still so low. Still low? Give me a second then. Is it, tell me if it's better now. But the whole, no, it is the whole part.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Is it better?
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Is it better? Okay. You know what? I'll just match out every single thing now. It doesn't matter.
And in what order?
Okay, let me reduce the music. I cannot hear him no more. Yeah, okay, got it. Okay,
This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job.
So he lives in a box?
Stanley was happy. And
Plot
then
twist,
one
he lives
day,
in the
something
box.
very peculiar happened.
Okay.
Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened. This complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong.
We'll see.
Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Nah, we're gonna sit back. Not going. Nah, we're just gonna stay here. You know what? Nah, we don't wanna go out. I have a coffee here. I have some pencils. Wait. It says something about recommendation from the oversight committee. Something. I mean, this part won't change much. What? Okay. Can I open the door? No. Can I open the doors? No.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Can I go back? No.
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
Okay.
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Okay. Oh, you're tapping the keyboard. Well, he's faster. The movement is better than CSGO. Let's go back. Close the door. Ah. Okay, whatever. Open the door. Anything? Nothing. What is this game? Yeah, this is the pixel lamp. The freaking pixel movie lamp that jumps on the eye. I hate Mondays. Me too. Recently, I have no idea when is Monday, to be honest. I lost about that a while ago. How big is this office?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Yeah.
Yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
It does look beautiful. Nice.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
Oh, okay.
This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself.
Okay.
To put your work aside.
Okay.
To let her back into your
All
life.
right, it's about her.
She's been waiting.
Where? So should I go back? Nah, it doesn't work like this. Alright, alright. Oh, I'm in eternal darkness at this point. Oh.
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this. To reach out to her.
Okay.
If you can truly play
I got you, homie. If it's about her, I'll help you. I don't see nothing. Oh, what?
Oh, Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
What?
Gotcha! Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife who'd want to commit their life to you? I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come
I'm
inside.
not following you.
Let me show you what's really going on here.
Nah, not going.
Sorry, but you're in my story now.
Do I have to? You just pranked me with a white doll.
This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
How did I die now?
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He
Yeah,
has
I
a
do.
job that demands nothing of him. and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence.
Press V.
Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do. Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life.
Frick you. I ain't gonna press it. Nuh-uh. Nah. Nah. Nuh-uh. Let's see. I'll press every other button except R. This doesn't work? I ain't pressing R. Frick you, man. Where's my RK? Yeah. RPK. RK. RPG. Do I have to? Let me turn off the freaking air conditioner. It's cold. Alright.
But in his mind, in his mind he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful. And each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him.
Why do I feel like it's just, he's gonna meme with me if I press G? Or not, we're gonna wait again for a few minutes. We're just gonna wait for a few seconds and then we're gonna press it. I guess.
And so he began to fantasize about his own job.
We'll see.
First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth.
Okay.
The thought excited him terribly.
Press V to spend time with the boys.
So he went further. He imagined that he came to 2 open doors and that he could go through either.
Okay.
At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold.
Or to prepare dinner.
As he wandered through this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby. And he called it the Stanley Parable.
Oh, took it.
It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there possibly be? In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets, the more he forgets which life is the real one.
Yeah. There are more suitable paths. I have no idea why it's like that, but who cares?
And I'm trying to tell him this, that in this world he can never be anything but an observer, that as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it. You see? Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself?
Mirror? Do I have to?
I suppose I can't. Not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley.
Okay.
We're not so different, I suppose.
Uh-huh.
I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time.
I guess, yeah.
And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried.
And I died again. The never enders, the never enders, the never. Well, speed run. I killed myself in less than 21 minutes. That's insane. I think we did one ending already.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a
This
memo.
time I'll like literally
No matter how
listen
hard
what he
Stanley
says.
looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
I did the. Oh, okay. Oh, I turned on the PC. Wait. Someone turned on the PC. Input received. How many inputs do you want? Does that work? No. There's quite a lot more. Okay. Let's see. There's only one input received. Well, I think that's another Easter egg or something. Wait, why is there? Oh, that's a lot. Cool.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Let it ball up inside you, take it out, passive aggressive on the core, resent courses, not supporting you more, let it balls. You slide your share implies that everything is make sure you slide your slick blue graphic header and throw some review on the text. This will ensure calm and productive work environment. What is hard? Profits, profits. Not profits, it profits. Strips requires more secondary research. Strips. Color in segment. The stock market is somewhere here. What the what? Okay, cool. What is this? Broom closet.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
Yeah, sure.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Whoa. This is a beautiful office. It's a really beautiful office.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number. 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Well, I did. And well, we can do it again. So next time we'll just sit in, or we won't enter the code. We're just going down now. Take me down. Take me down. Take me down, 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 down. Loading, 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 loading.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Ropes, basically this path is normal ending. Okay.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Escape.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this, but of course, Stanley thought better of it and realized he simply had too much to live for.
Do I have too much to live for? Will I meet... You know what? Let's see the violent thing.
Still on board with death?
Why not? Let's just see.
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
Okay, so he wants me to go back. Should I go back? We can always have the normal ending. So let's just go to our death.
At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
Let's go back now. Red color is not good for your eyes. Just kidding. We're gonna go in. Whatever. We can always have the normal ending. It's not a big deal. I don't want the normal ending yet. Whee! Wait, I'm just gonna fall to my... What? How did you survive that?
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever.
Yeah, that's true.
Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. And so he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
What?
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
What?
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish?
No idea.
When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
Ah. Okay. The office. Alright. Let's go back. RYZEN? Ah, okay. Those are some things that I shouldn't be reading. Maybe those are spoilers. I'm not gonna read that. I'll just completely ignore them. These are trailers. Exit. Okay, let's go exit.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free.
Or I
Can
just
you
get full
see?
of- Yeah, I knew.
Can you see how much they need one another?
No.
No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen.
Alright.
But listen to me. You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you.
So should I...
Don't let...
Okay. Well, I'll be back at the same place. This reminds me
All
of
of his
Henry Strickland.
co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go
Yeah, I
to the
can
meeting
tell.
room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
420. I knew it. Something is about the Easter egg. That count as an ending. Death. Well, technically, yeah, that is an ending. Cool. I haven't been playing. Let's.
When
follow him
Stanley came
completely
to a
this
set
time.
of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay. I just say boss.
Yet there was not a single person here either.
Okay.
Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Okay.
Oh no, no, not again. I won't be part of this. I'm not going to encourage you. I'm not going to say anything at all. I'm just going to be patient and wait for you to finish whatever it is you enjoy doing so much in this room. Please take your time.
Let's just stay in there. I like that shit so much. Come on. Some other funny stuff. Let's just stay in here. Bro is done with it. Yeah, I know that for you know what? Let's just get out of here before it screams in my ears next time.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss. Admitting he had left his post during work hours, he might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all? None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations.
What?
For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down?
Yeah, that's
Why
what my
did
question
doors
was.
close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming! He yelled. This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground. Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley.
I've done these 3 laps like... That was strange.
To my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please. It's all I want. I want my apartment and my wife and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine.
Okay.
I am okay.
Jackson Stanley got no life. And he's back over here. I've done so many laps that I'm just...
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
Oh. Okay. Cool.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
Okay.
Mariella woke up on a day like any other.
Okay.
She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day, the very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
Wow. Imagine Stanley was the boss. Plot twist. And he just fired her.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
This place. DLC version is more hilarious. I do think I have the DLC version. Wait. Where is that input one? We have to input. Wait, is it behind?
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Okay. But if you don't follow this, it goes more and more mad each part. Okay.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay.
Yet there was not a single person here either.
I will.
Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Okay. Right. What happened to this? He boarded the shirt.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Because the boss knows what the boss says goes. If the boss suffered losses, then that's what he boss do. What? Wait. If this is an executive bathroom? Okay. Very cool. Okay, I won't put the code. We're gonna just sit there. Oh, there's the input one. I was looking for this shit all around the place. So it could be on any computer around the map. Damn. I need to be careful. Going there. Thank you. I'm back. Can I go even further up? I like the music. Where are you taking me? Should we start? Okay, that shit is, I guess, the highest it can go, maybe. Let's see. That's just broken at this point.
Stepping into his manager's office,
Yep.
Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an
Manager's
indication
office.
of any human life. What could it mean? Stanley wondered aloud to nobody. He began wildly tearing through papers on the boss's desk, pulling books off the shelf, looking behind paintings, desperate for clues to his situation. But his attention was caught by a keypad behind the boss's desk. What could its purpose
This is
be?
the wrong code.
In fact, this keypad guarded the terrible secret that lay buried below
You know,
his
you won't
feet.
put any code for
And so the
fact.
boss had assigned
Then
it an
if he
extra
does
secret
nothing-
PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
We won't put anything. We're just gonna stay here for the time being. For a few minutes. Let's see.
Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumb.
Okay, that is not supposed to happen. This is weird. That never happened before. If this happens again, I will do the stream from the main PC either way. I think something is wrong with the teleport. Is it better now? Let me know. Recently, streams have been difficult
but it turns out that the panel's emergency override kicked in, and the door just opened all by itself. And Stanley got the hell along with the story. Well, whoop-de-doo.
Well, whoop-de-doo. Alright. Let me know if it happens again. I'll be reading chat. I have no idea why it's happening. It is not supposed to happen. So now it doesn't do nothing. I have to follow the thing. He won't talk. Yeah. I guess because he opened the door itself. Whoop-de-doo. Yeah. Whoop-de-doo. Whoop-de-doop-de-doo. Whoop-de-doop-de-doo. Doop-de-doo.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Normal ending time, yeah. So there aren't many endings, I suppose.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
No. No more. Okay. This looks deep. If someone fell over here, I think he's done. That looks deep. Okay, I think we have to go there. Since getting more endings, create more endings. What? Really? Now what?
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Employee 478. Largest office here, man. I have no. That's. So now what? We just go over here. Here's 407. Is that Stanley's room? Nope. That isn't. 407 is not Stanley's room, I guess. I think it's 478. Nope, that's neither. Okay, whatever.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
I don't think so. That's just dumb.
No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
Okay.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Okay. That's like a home theater right over there. Some power off. Okay. Ow. Ow, 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 ow. I hurt my heart. Okay. There are two endings.
Blackness.
Yeah.
And a rising chill of
One off
uncertainty.
and on.
Was it over? Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine. Unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him. For it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
Okay.
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him.
Okay.
This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen.
Okay.
And Stanley was happy.
The story, there isn't a story. And he died. Tea time with devil.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Input. Let's follow the first one now.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Okay.
Wow. Yes, this room. What a beautiful room. What a gorgeous, gorgeous room.
It is gorgeous.
Thank goodness Stanley had taken this detour on his way to the meeting room. Life without having experienced this room was now too horrible even to consider.
Okay.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't 5 years ago.
I was actually going to jump over here, but I knew that it would...
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you. What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance.
Okay, take a chance. What's good, football edits? What's good, what's good, what's good? Oh, are we going back to the basement?
Now listen carefully, this is important.
Yeah, it is.
Stanley walked through the red door.
Okay, Stanley walked through the blue door.
Aha, perhaps you misunderstood.
Okay.
Stanley walked through the red door.
Stanley walked through the blue door.
I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked through the red door.
Beast here, I forgot my email ID pass. Ah, what's good, Beast? How you doing? Just close the door on the face. Nah. Should be. Close it. Close it. Okay.
Oh, thank God you are willing to listen to me.
Because there was no other
I
option.
really have wanted you to be happy all this time. The problem is all these choices. The two of us always trying to get somewhere that isn't here. Running and running and running, just the way you're doing right now. Don't you see that it's killing us, Stanley? I wanted to stop.
Okay.
We would both be so much happier if we just stopped. And I think I have a solution. Here, let me show you.
Ah, so we are in a loop now. Oh, we are stuck in a loop now. Wait, that's not a loop. He just put two different doors. I thought it was teleportation one. Now what? We die?
What do we want? What are we looking for?
Definitely not space.
Here. Yes. Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it? If we just stay right here, right in this moment with this place, Stanley, I think I feel happy. I actually feel happy.
Yeah, I think. Oh yeah, this one is never ending.
No, wait. Where are you going?
Okay.
Right. Where were we?
Yeah, okay. Go to the door, yeah. Okay, let's go. That's way too beautiful. I like hot.
Oh no! Stay away from those stairs. If you hurt yourself, if you die, the game will reset. We'll lose all of this.
Really? We will? That's so cool!
Please, no, Stanley, let me stay here. Don't take this from me. Please, Stanley, think about what you're doing.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Let's go down again. I know, right? We have the same mind at this point. Let's go back. Let's make him happy again and then we'll go back up.
Good, good. We can't be too safe. Promise me you won't go back there. Just stay here.
Nah, we're going back.
No! What do we talk about? You're risking everything we achieved here.
Yeah, you're right. Let's just go back up.
Are you are going to stay here, aren't you?
Not really. Let's just go back up and then down.
You heard me before, didn't you? You will die! What about this isn't getting through to you?
Nah, we ain't gonna die. That's funny, they just made like multiple stairs and then a hole so you can just jump off. Let's see if there's another dialogue. We'll jump. No other dialogues. Let's just jump. Yeah, there were no dialogues actually.
No!
Let's see. Okay,
Oh, thank God you lived. You had me worried there for a moment. Now, can we please get back to the other room?
Sure. Man, let's just go and jump. You're right, Volty. Let's just go and jump. He's now done quite. How did he survive that jump? That's like 3 stories up.
No. What are you doing, Stanley? Please, I'm asking you not to take this away from me. I can't go back to what I was before. If you die, we'll both go back. Why are you doing this?
Didn't he survive that? Yeah, that's...
Stanley, let's go back to the other room. Can you do that for me? My God, is this really how much you dislike my game?
Yeah.
That you'll throw yourself from this platform over and over to be rid of it?
Yeah.
You were literally willing to kill yourself to keep me from being happy.
Definitely.
Am I reading the situation correctly?
Right, man. You got it.
Or maybe you're just getting a kick out of it. I don't know anymore. I just wanted us to get along. But I guess that was too much to ask.
How much do you want to look
It
at?
looks like you wanted to make a choice after all. Well, this one is yours.
Yeah, I know. I think now we'll die because he just said this one is yours. He slowed down quite a lot.
Is it over? It's going to restart, isn't it?
Yep.
I'm going back.
And we're back here.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Bro is sad because he has to restart. New content. What's up? How you doing? Welcome to the stream. Oh, this is a DLC. We ain't doing the DLC now. We'll wait.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well.
Right.
Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Yeah.
The lounge was sublime, a work of art. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
You know what? Yeah, I was thinking...
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
We take down the way down.
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go,
How are you doing, sir?
From here, it's, left.
All doors are locked. Okay. Left we go.
Oh, no, it's to the right, my mistake.
Okay.
No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please?
Yeah, let's hold on. Let's just wait.
Let's see, we went down right, left, down, left,
Yeah,
right.
right.
Yep, okay, yes.
Okay.
I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
Okay. Okay. This grid is all over the place now, yeah. Oh, okay. I was thinking we have to drive the damn truck. Welcome. I'm Anjay.
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes. Okay. We just have to get back to, oh, who am I kidding? It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay, from the top.
Another ending done.
All of his co-workers were gone.
Look for
what could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay, so there's no input. Damn. That wasn't the ending, yeah.
When Stanley... Wait, what? No, I restarted. I swear, I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh.
Now we have
everything should be... Oh, did something change?
Yeah.
Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors? Did you move the story somewhere, or... Hold on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story.
Yeah.
It was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere.
I thought so.
Okay, then. It's an adventure. Come, Stanley. Let's find the story.
Can't. I can't even go that side. Why did you put chairs over there? That's BS. Okay. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Here? Okay. Alexa, roll a number between 1 and 6.
Sorry, I'm not sure.
I'll say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely
Alexa,
was a story
pick
here
a number
before.
between 1 and 6.
Do we need to restart the game again? Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
Oh, wow.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Lamo. Yeah, I guess so. Oh yeah, it's still going. What the hell? Oh, well.
Okay, yep, it's worse. I might be remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
I think it's still worse. It's not. You know what? We just go back. The game is ahead of its time. Yeah. The game is fun. I like these mystery games a lot. Maybe a secret door? What? The coffee fell? Okay.
Aha! I knew we'd miss something. The story. Here it comes. No, wait. Never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps.
Okay.
Now this... Well, I'll be honest. I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story? I don't think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct? Do you remember, Stanley? Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win!
Yay!
Congratulations!
Yay!
I know you put in a lot of hard work, and it really paid off, so good job. Oh, no. No, I don't feel right about this at all. We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win. Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations. Okay, I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time. I have to restart.
Okay.
All right, I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable Adventure Line. Just follow the line. How simple is that?
Okay, that's... What? This is not the way, for sure. This is not the way for sure. That is the way.
No, I'm down. We're leaving it up to the line from now on.
Okay. But I'm pretty sure this is the wrong... Okay, I guess.
You see? The line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny. Though, here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story?
I have no
Simply
idea
by
what
the
he's talking
act of
about.
moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Okay, Stanley, I need to follow this train of thought for a minute. Just stick with me. Now, we can both agree that the nature of existence is in fact a byproduct of one's subjective experience of that existence, right? Okay. Now, if my experience of your existence rests inside of your subjective experience of this office, is this office, in fact, the skeleton of my own relative experiential mental subjective construct? Whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that. You know what? I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten
I'm
the
so
mood.
confused at this point. What the hell did he say? I'm a science student. What the? How am I supposed to face that line? Imagine it would tilt the map for you. This is something I would play on Halloween. I just played this on COD, man. Come on, don't make me do it. Oh, obviously I can't find that. Maybe I forgot this. Maybe there are...
Wait, cut the music. Go back and look at that fern. Stanley, this fern will be very important later in the story. Make sure you study it closely and remember it carefully. You won't want to miss anything.
What fern? Financial records? Robot faster. The damn bush. What? I have to take account of this? Why? Okay, let me just count the leaves. 2, 3, 4, 5. There's no way I can count them. Those are too many. Those are green and have spikes.
Wait, what? We're back at the office? No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell?
Okay, now there are like 50 paths. Let's just follow straight. At this point, I have no idea where I'm going. Oh, no, that's not the right path. Well, either we are there.
Oh, no, not again, Line. How could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you, after everything we've been through, you... Oh, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart.
Gosh, no. Okay. We are gonna do it again.
You know what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us? We're intelligent people, right? Why can't we make up our own story? Something exciting, daring, mysterious. Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
What? Okay, let's go. As you say, you're the boss.
Now, yes, this is exciting.
Imagine
Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything. What do you want our story to be? Go wild. Use your imagination. Whatever it might be, Stanley, I'm ready for it. Oh, no, not you again. Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story. No lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine.
Okay, let's just go, maybe. At this point, it doesn't matter. Who did those lines? What the hell? Okay. The lion is an imposter.
Ah, a choice. We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control. How important we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here.
Okay.
Just walk in circles for a minute. Okay, so I know that each door has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere, the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic. Come, Stanley, our destiny awaits. Oh, hold up, what's this? The confusion ending. You're telling me that's what this is? It's all one giant ending? And we're supposed to restart the game, what, eight times? That's really how all this goes? It's all determined? So now, according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget? My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing, wall. Well, who consulted me? Why don't I get to decide? Why don't I get a say in all of this? Is it really? No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it. And the timer stopped? Does that mean, did we do it? Did we break the cycle? The, whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we even know? Will someone come for us? Will something happen?
What?
So, okay.
Let's sit down. Yeah, let's just wait.
I guess now we just wait. You know, I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story. Wouldn't you agree?
Sure.
I'm not quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey, though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination. So I hope that's where we are right now.
This one might.
We'll find out, won't we? Eventually. Well, in the meantime, if you...
The game restarts on its own. That's what he says. Can't wait for the bucket to appear.
Even now, Stanley's office was a distant memory. What did it look like? There was a computer, perhaps, and a painting. Was it a painting or a photo? He could no longer recall.
There's too much bucket ending. Finally.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Standing now in this incredible room, Stanley for the first time, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an... Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. The moment he entered his manager's office, Stanley froze in his tracks. Not a living soul anywhere. Could he really be all alone? This was too much for Stanley to take. Too much for any man to take. He fell to his knees, bursting into half moans, half sobs, the guttural retching of life from a man denied any hope, any reason to keep going. Here on the floor he lay prone, paralyzed by fear for nearly a full hour. But when at last he began to move about and survey the situation, he found a keypad behind the boss's desk. What could it mean? Was it a sign of hope for Stanley's future? Alas, it was not. For although this keypad guarded the terrible secret of Stanley's past, it had been assigned a 4-digit code so devious and so random that no man could ever hope to guess it. 2845.
I know.
Statistically, nearly impossible to guess blindly, ever.
What happens if I put all the wrong numbers?
Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs. Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845. 2845. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Let's go down again for the 100th time. I've been playing this game for 1.5 hours already, damn. Okay.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Have some protein intake. And then I have to hit the gym as well. We'll play DLC tomorrow. I actually wanted this to be a 2-part series.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens.
But I hope
what horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself.
I have no idea which game
did he
I want
have
to
the
stream.
strength to find out?
Which game should we pick? Another story mode? Maybe Dying Light? Should I stream the entire Dying Light series?
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true
DLCs.
nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them,
I was thinking of
eternally
either Dying
monitored
Light
in this
or
place
Walking
where
Dead
freedom
Saints and
meant
Sinners.
nothing.
Properly this time. Previously we started from the second part, the Retribution. I thought it was the main game, but it wasn't. So this time I actually want to start from Walking Dead Saints and Sinners and then Walking Dead Retribution, since those two are completely linked, as it is also a zombie survival game like Half-Life Alyx, but it at least works. For Half-Life Alyx I have to separately install it and then make a video series instead of a stream.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe.
The
it
only
couldn't
thing
be true.
you guys will
Had
have
Stanley
in
really been
like
under
PC
someone's
screens is
control
that I
all
can do a
this
face
time?
cam.
Was this
So
the
you
only
can
reason he was
actually look at
happy
my
with his
damn
boring
face,
job? That his emotions
which
had
is
been
not
manipulated
good
to
at all.
accept it blindly?
Well, actually, that's not a perk. That's actually
No, he refused to
That's
believe
actually,
it. He couldn't
demerit,
accept
that-
it.
rather
His
than
own
another.
life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
holy crap. I have been playing
But
so
here
much
was the
VR that I
proof,
forgot
the
how
heart
much
of the
sitting down
operation.
and playing cards.
Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content, walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life.
True.
For he would dismantle the controls once
by the way.
and
Yeah,
for
what's up?
all.
The quick time event ending. This is quick time event ending. Okay.
Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you? After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted? Control? Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are set to explode, eliminating the entire complex.
Cool.
How long until detonation then? Let's say, 2 minutes. Now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is. More time to talk about you, about me, where we're going, what all this means. I barely know where to start.
Oh.
What's that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are? A moment of solace before you're obliterated? All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone. Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp.
Okay.
I have to say this, though, this version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you,
so he
it's
was
quite
evil.
rich. I almost hate to see it go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better. My goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock, why not? These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees. Oh dear me, what's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now? Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off? I mean, look at you. Running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones. Or maybe this big red button, or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley? That this video game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is? Stanley, you're in for quite a disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless.
For
to
VR,
see
I have to
you
pick a
made
game,
humble.
and that's a pain.
This is not a challenge. It's a tragedy. You wanted to control this world, that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it first, so you can't. Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No ending here, just you being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately to your frail life, or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice. Make it count, or don't. It's all the same to me, all a part of the joke. And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment we fade in until the moment I say, happily ever after.
Well, there I go. Play VR Converger. Nah, not an on-stream game. Definitely not. And not an interesting one either. And input. Okay. What did we do? Oh. I don't think those will help either. Now you'll see the podcast. Okay. How do we get out of this file? I have to press every single button. Okay, let's just do this thing for the next 50 minutes, I guess. The game just closed itself again. What I have to do is just click on the buttons. Oh, finally. Oh, what? I didn't even do a single. I don't think we shall all will help me in my shape or form. My good sir. Yeah, the buttons. What now? Scared. Okay, I think we're just gonna sit here and look at the buttons then. That is trippy. That is a lot trippy. Meditate. That sounds like a summoning ritual more than meditation. I'm pretty sure something is wrong with this. Oh, I know what's wrong. This the Steam version of the OBS is now one version ahead. I think he got you. Nah, I know what happened. Well, that's a rip, but okay. I have to update all the. You can restart this. Okay. Begin the game. This endless. Oh wow, okay.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Stanley is basically button. Go to the main office. Okay.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Left, nothing.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find a... Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
I really wanted to have some food, but I guess you're gonna be here for a while. I think I'll play for 12 more minutes.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could it mean, he wondered. Desperate for answers, he began turning the room over looking for clues that might unravel the situation, until at last he discovered a keypad behind the boss's desk. But alas, no code. For this keypad guarded the terrible secret that lay buried below his feet. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
Why did someone make that?
Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs. Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845.
What the hell? That's
2845.
I'm actually twiddling my thumbs at this point. I don't care what he says. He has to hard restart. We'll play for
all of
10
his
more
co-workers were
minutes
gone.
exactly.
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Oh, new content? What does that mean, new content?
How much did you pay for this? Nothing, technically. Oh, I cannot go to this. Technically nothing. Go to the content. Going to the content, let's see. Where's the bucket you've been telling about? I can't.
Hello, and thank you for playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. As you may know, the Stanley Parable was a video game released in 2013 on home computers.
Okay.
After receiving critical and commercial success, it was expanded upon in 2022 with the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, a reimagining of the game for consoles and home computers.
Okay, cool.
The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe features exciting new content that broadens and expands the world of the Stanley Parable, delighting audiences the world over. Please, step inside and see what thrilling new adventures await in the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Oh, well, this sounds delightful. I'm very excited to see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content. Okay, so far it's an elevator.
Gives me a lot more
Nothing special yet, but I'm sure it's just the beginning of a mesmerizing adventure.
So the game... hello?
Is it broken?
Yeah.
What's going
actually,
on here? Should we be moving somewhere or... Oh, there we go. All right, finally, at long last, it's on to the new content. I've never been more ready. Let's do it.
8 more minutes. Oh, gosh damn it. Then I'm
I have to say, initial impressions of Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, mostly tedious. It's as if the... Oh, okay. Let's see the content. Gimme the content, Stanley.
Oh. Okay. Jump circle.
All right. All right, let's see it.
Right here.
The jump circle?
That's it. I don't think it will crash. Okay.
Is that it?
I think
Surely
it.
that's not all the new content. There has to be something else, right?
Well, yeah, hopefully. That's all.
Goodness, another elevator. Stanley, I have to say, initial impressions of this game are not positive. It's
They're not.
just elevators and jumping. Is this what passes for exciting new content? If this is new content, then I could just read you the whole dictionary. There's 20 hours of new content right there. Hell, I could count to 30 trillion. You could put that on the box. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, now with over 1,000 hours of new content. And oh, wait. There's more. Very good. Yes. I knew there had to be something else. Let's see it. I'm ready for whatever it is.
Who made this office? Damn. Thank you for enjoying the new content.
That's it? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. You see, Stanley? This is what happens when greedy video game developers with no respect for their fan base rush a cheap expansion to market for no reason other than to make an easy dollar. And don't get me started on the level of craftsmanship that's gone into it. In fact, I'm looking right now at the game's achievements, and it's hard to believe one of them actually says, "Test achievement, please ignore." What quality assurance department signed off on this? I'm infuriated and I'm offended, and I intend to find these people on Twitter and hold them personally accountable. It's my fault, Stanley. I built up too much anticipation around the new content, I'm afraid. It could never have lived up to such expectations. If you're still with me, why don't we just reset the game, and we'll try to get back to what the Stanley Parable is really about. No frills, no gimmicks. Just you and me having a great time together like always.
Good. Yeah, I guess.
What do you say, friend?
What's this? What? He just. Is this our office? Are you sure?
Psst, Stanley, come over here. In the vent. I want to show you something.
Where is the vent? Where's the wind? Not there. Okay. Yeah, what's good, man? Well, if someone calls you from a vent, you should obviously go there. Vent is a good place. It's cool and comfy, you know?
Okay, you remember how cheap and unsatisfying the new Ultra Deluxe content turned out to be? Well, it got me thinking about the past and how much better the Stanley Parable used to be. So I made something special and tucked it away here where the game's developers won't find it. Just our little secret. Take a look. I call it the Memory Zone. It's where I've been storing all my favorite memories so I can relive the peak experiences of my life whenever I want. Experiences like the launch of the Stanley Parable on PC. You see, Stanley, doesn't the Memory Zone remind you of how wonderful Stanley Parable was before it was sullied with a cheap re-release? Remember back in October of 2013 when the game originally launched? Back then, video games had integrity. Back then, it all meant something. Oh, the waste.
Yeah. It is good. Mozilla Firefox start page. Wait. Go to a website? It doesn't even say Steam? Trip down the memory lane, alright. We can use this architecture. I really like the house. This looks good too.
And over here is where I keep reviews of the Stanley Parable. Like this
flawless
stunning
victory.
triumph of games journalism. 10 out of 10 from Destructoid.com. James Stephanie Sterling writes, and I quote, "Where so many games that aspire to be more than games end up less than any form of art, Stanley Parable strives and then succeeds to be every game ever created." Did you hear that, Stanley? Every game ever created. That's how grand and all-encompassing the original Stanley Parable was. It was literally every game ever created. It was Skyrim, it was Persona 3, it was all of them, and now
It's
nothing. It's no games at all. It isn't even the Stanley Parable anymore. It's just a husk now.
A lifeless
A
husk.
lifeless husk with
your
an hour of new elevator content.
Yeah, okay. Maintenance, okay. Cool. Okay.
Here's another moving passage, this time from GameSpot.com. The Stanley Parable is both a richly stimulating commentary on the nature of choice in games, and one that offers some of the most enjoyable, surprising, and rewarding choices I've ever been confronted with in a game. 9 out of 10. Don't you get it, Stanley? The game was perfect. It didn't need anything else. It didn't need new content. It just needed to be left alone, to spend the rest of time collecting dust in the hallowed hall of beloved video game memories.
What? Want to go back?
These were simpler times, Stanley. But I wouldn't give to go back, to have it all over again. Wait, hang on. I don't recall this part of the memory zone before. What's this? What's down here? Oh no. Oh God, no. Stanley, it's a collection of reviews from Steam, the online video game distributor. I haven't looked at these in years. I can't even imagine what's been collecting down here. Surely these reviews were glowing as well, weren't they?
Let's see.
Honestly, I could not be bothered to play this game to full completion. The narrator is obnoxious and unfunny, with his humor and dialogue proving to be more irritating than entertaining. Unfunny! I'm not trying to be funny. I'm trying to make a serious work of art. I suppose I could write up a handful of gags to insert into the Stanley Parable, but the game is already such a densely layered web of profound philosophical insights that I can't even imagine where I'd have the room to stick them.
Shit. Alright, after this we'll end up the stream. I don't know how long it is actually. I have to go get some food and then I have to go hit the gym. It says recommended there.
Okay, let's see what this one says. While the idea for the game is good, for someone who prefers non-linear games, this preachiness gets annoying fast. Preachy? Stanley? I'm not preachy, am I? You can tell me if I'm preachy.
Yeah.
Honestly, you can. Oh, goodness. This is actually quite shocking for me. Well, to be honest, I had always thought of the game's dialogue as being rather terse to begin with.
Yeah.
You can't know how much fluff I cut from the game to get it to feel as light and airy as it... Well, I always thought it did. But maybe it wasn't. Oh, dear. What an awful memory to have to hold on to. These black marks are my otherwise unimpeachable track record. I feel like a failure, like I let these people down. Perhaps the Stanley Parable isn't quite as sterling as I always remembered.
Yeah. Set alive. Happens to the best of us. There's lots recommended as well.
What's this one got to say?
I
You
guess
constantly
it's
have to
supposed
stop
be,
doing anything.
Parable or something,
So
but
the
basically that
narrator can
voice
catch up
going on
with
and
his
on. This isn't funny.
long-winded
You constantly have to stop
explanations
doing
of what's
anything so
happening.
that you can catch up with his
I
long
wish there was a
what's happening. I
skip
wish there was a
button.
skip button. Ouch.
A skip button.
Ouch.
Well, yes. Yes, I think we can do that. If I'm truly too preachy, then maybe letting you skip ahead for just a moment, surely it couldn't hurt. Not if it means we can strike these negative reviews from the record. Only positive reviews of the Stanley Parable. That's my motto today, and it's always been my motto. I'd do anything for the customer, Stanley. Yes, a skip button we shall have.
I don't want you to. I don't want a skip button.
And here it is. Go ahead and give it a shot. I'll pop you forward in time so that the second my incessant droning starts to bore you, with just the push of a button, you'll have zipped right past it. It's what the players have been asking for, and I'm very proud to have delivered.
No more listening to me rambling on and on and on. No, 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 no. The Stanley Parable is a game for the people. And if the people want silence, then by goodness, that's what they're going to get. Well, don't sit around waiting for me to shut up. Go ahead and make me shut up. Here, we'll pretend that I've just begun an interminable monologue. And it goes something like this. The story and the choices, or what have you, and therefore by becoming it is, so on and so forth, until inevitably we all until the end of time, at which time everything all at once, so now you see, blah 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 blah. We've eaten too much and it can't be just yet, no, until 245. That the logic of elimination working backwards, the deduction therefore becomes impossible to manufacture. It went on for nearly 10,000 years, until just yesterday, here and there, forward and back, and never a moment before lunchtime. It can't be. It's the only thing there is. How many billions left until so much more than forever ago? Which is why I say... the story and the choices, or what have you, and therefore by becoming it is, so on and so forth, until inevitably we all until the end of time, at which time everything all at once, so now you see, blah 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 blah. We've eaten too much and it can't be just yet, no, until 240.
Yeah.
Oh, you're back, you see. You were only frozen in time for a few minutes, but it was plenty of time for me to deliver a long, rambling monologue full of unnecessary verbal flourishes and lengthy ruminations on the nature of choice in video games. Of course, I happen to believe it was perhaps one of my more profound such ruminations. Not that, of course, you need a description of it, but if I had to describe it, I'd say it was perhaps less of a rumination and more of a treatise. Or maybe a manifesto. Look, I'll outline it for you very briefly, and you can tell me what you think. Okay, so my theory is that any choice you've ever made is simply a series of choices made by the person who you are, or were, or will be at the time of having made said choice. That is to say, if by articulating a choice you've already made, you bring that choice into being, then by making no choice and saying nothing, are you not simply erecting in the sanctuary of time a monument to every person you've ever been, making every choice to which you've ever given your great gift of mortal and yet timeless thought, or rather, to all of the choices you've ever made, in fact, make... Well there, sport, you really did catch me rambling on a bit, didn't you? But that's the power of the button. The minute I start to go off on a thoughtless display of self-absorption, it's right at your fingertips to go poof! Okay, welcome back, Stanley. Now, I should say that the amount of time the button has been skipping through is becoming longer and longer. That last one was, well, I want to say maybe 30, 45 minutes?
Yeah,
it's not unendurable by any means, but it's, well, there's really only so much I can ramble on to myself about. I know, it's shocking, isn't it? But at any rate, I do suggest that we not press the button again. I think the skip button has been aptly demonstrated. Stanley, please don't push the button again. It's been 12 hours. You've just been frozen there. I don't know why the skips are getting longer, but they're really, truly getting longer, and my God, there's no way out of the room. Stanley, the door is gone. It's completely gone. I've looked at it from every angle. I've checked every one of those walls. Oh, Stanley, you're back. You're back. Oh, my goodness. I have someone to talk to again. Stanley, I think it's been a week. Or 2 weeks. I've been sitting here all that time. Just sitting here. Not a single person to speak with. And you'd think that that's just how it's always been, right? Me talking and you saying nothing. Would you think that it's exactly the same as always? Doesn't that feel like what we've already been doing?
He's losing it, yeah, I think.
Oh, hello, it's you. You're here again. Welcome. I have had time to think about you and about us and about everything we've been through. I've had so much time, I stopped keeping track after a year. Have you ever sat down in one place and not moved for one entire year? Let me describe it for you. To begin with, there is only regret. There is only the turning wheel of missed opportunities. I felt nothing at all but regret for the longest time, Stanley. Days, months. I lost it all in a blur of the deepest longing to undo the past. And when that feeling had begun to subside,
He's just. I think that's all he could. Let's just skip. The clock's on the ground at this point. Let's just skip again.
But they didn't understand the game was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point. It was meant to speak to the human condition. But where are the jokes? Where are the jokes? They bemoaned, they screamed, they gnashed their teeth and
Yeah,
said,
it's okay, my good sir. Calm the heck down. We heard it. The Parable is one of the best games. Sheesh.
The end is never the end, 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 is never the end.
He's losing it. He's down losing it. Holy crap, he's losing it. Was good, Gummy. Pinch the back. Nice. Hope that a safe trip. Oh, okay. Why is face cam off centered? Because of the camera, nothing else. Oh, there's now sunlight. Skip again. It's left part of the page. Oh, there we go. Nice plants. I know. It is what it is. It's alright. Actually, it wasn't supposed to be like that, but for some reason it is. Oh, okay. How is it even getting electricity at this point? How long do I have to skip? Is the way out ready? What the hell? Let's skip again. And let's just skip again. Oh, okay. Oh, there's a way out. Finally. What the hell? What am I doing in the middle of nowhere? Give me a second. Very much from this time. Yeah, seriously. Music catchy. Ah, alright. What? Oh, no mind. I knew. I forgot about it. Damn it. Alright. Why did you click that, Lamau? I forgot about it. I just saw it, I was like, eh. Wait before you end, yeah. What's up? Check if the bucket is in the main office. Second room.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Well thought. Okay, let me see. I don't think so. There is a bucket. Now you're gonna say fourth. the content door real quick. Okay.
Oh, good. You notice my sign. Yes, I have something very exciting to show you.
Ah. This is new. The content door is new. Whatever. We're gonna next week be doing that. Yeah. So hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you come subscribe, like, sort of. Peace. See you next week till end of out. This was a big stream actually. I think this was the biggest. It's a long one. Yeah. That's good. We have time to think of the new game, you know. But till then, till out.